Welcome to Crime Watch, and in this video we're going to look at celebrities currently locked in jail. Most of the time famous people get in trouble, they get released in a couple of hours, but these people took it too far that they couldn't even get the celebrity discount. Before we get into the top 5, our honorable mention is rappers Gunna and Young Thug, who have been locked up for 4 months and are being charged with RICO charges and drug possession. Both of these two are facing years in prison, but let's hope they get freed because them boys been locked up for a couple months and looking crazy. Imagine how they'll look after 15 years in the cell. Anyways, free YSL, and let's get into the top 5 celebrities in jail. Number 5 is Tamar McIntyre, also known as the rapper Tay-K, who got sentenced to 55 years in prison after being found guilty of murdering a 23-year-old photographer and a robbery that resulted in 21-year-old Ethan Walker dying. He also got charged for beating up some random old man. While on the run from the cops in 2017, he released a song titled The Race that now has 232 million views, and after dropping the song, he got arrested at the age of 16. That boy went viral, but had to spend his whole time in jail. By the time he gets out, it'll be 2070, and ain't nobody gonna remember the boy. We gonna be old men who can't remember anything. Number 4 is Suge Knight, who was the CEO of Death Row Records, a huge music label. And in 2015, Suge and a guy named Clee Sloan got into an argument and a fight that got so intense that Knight ended up grazing Sloan with his vehicle and running over a man named Terry Carter, who died. Don't ever start an argument with somebody in a car, cause they just gonna run over you. He tried to plead self-defense, but he got sentenced to 22 years in prison for manslaughter and 6 years for a third strike violation, which totaled 28 years behind bars. He will be eligible for parole in 2034, but we'll see what happens. Number 3 is Joe Exotic, who was a part of the #1 Netflix show called Tiger King. Joe owned the GW Zoo from 1998 to 2018 until he left the zoo in 2018 and was arrested 3 months later for suspicion of hiring 2 men to murder Big Cat Rescue founder Carol Baskin. And in 2019, he got convicted to 22 years in prison for animal abuse charges and attempted murder for hire. Joe Exotic tried to have Trump free him in 2020, but even Trump said no, so I don't think we'll be seeing Joe for a while. Number 2 is YNW Melly, who was a 23-year-old rapper with his hit song Murder on My Mind that hit 528 million views on YouTube. If somebody say they got murder on their mind, you might want to stay away. In 2019, 2 of YNW Melly's friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser, died, and Melly took them to the hospital. But police later said that YNW Melly killed both of his friends while they were driving and tried to set it up as a drive-by shooting. A day later, he turned himself in. And in 2022, he is now facing life in prison. But he hasn't had his trial yet, so we will have to wait and see. But if he really did kill both of his friends, that's real life crazy. Like, how you gonna kill your friends who are literally a part of your rap crew? Number 1 is probably who a lot of you guys expect with the recent news, and that's singer R. Kelly, who has gained millions and billions of views on his songs. In the summer of 2019, R. Kelly got arrested for allegedly doing stuff with underage girls, going all the way back to the 1990s. But in 2022, he was found guilty and sentenced to 30 years in prison for multiple child pornography and child sex abuse charges and sex trafficking. Over 10 people came out and testified against him and said he was using his fame to get with them and then using them for sexual things. I don't understand what these dudes be doing. Like, you so damn famous, it seems like you could pull any girl in the world. But if you messing with 15-year-olds, maybe that's not the case. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and it doesn't look like we'll be seeing any of these people anytime soon. Comment which person you don't think deserved the time. And subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you next time on Crime Watch.